In this video we are talking about how to deal with your boyfriend's baby mama.
And maybe some advices on dating a partner with kids. Ahoj! And welcome to another relationship talk video with Simi and Danny.
In this series we are talking about any kind of relationship problems or questions coming from you.
And except of this kind of videos, we are also doing couple challenges and couple vlogs on our channel. So if you feel like, consider to subscribe.
This time we got an email from Rebecca. And I have to say that was also quite nice and quite shocking for us that she came to us with this kind of problem.
Yeah, first of all we have to say we are quite honored because it's really not so related to our relationship and to what we experienced till now.
Yeah, but that's exactly what we wanted to do on this relationship talk, so we are very happy that we can make this
to open up the topics a little bit.
Exactly. Okay, so she's writing. I'm 19, dating my boyfriend for almost a year now. He is also 19. He comes from a different country than me and also has a child with another woman. In our situation, he lives with me, so he has to call and FaceTime his ex-girlfriend super often to keep in contact with his daughter. It's really hard for me because first, I hate seeing him talk to his ex, who they had a long 4-year relationship with, and second, I don't understand very much because it's not in my language, so I feel really left out. I really love him very, very much, but I hate that his daughter and his ex-girlfriend make me super bitter. I really wish I could change my mind and see the happy side of this. Instead, I get super angry when she calls and I feel bad seeing him talk to his daughter. I can't help but think that since he had a child with another girl, that she will always trump me because they had a family together and share something that I will never understand because it's their child and I'm just a random lady.
Ooh. Okay.
That's the email. Now, to be honest, we were talking together about it a little bit before we turned on the cam, and so many questions came up, it's just unbelievable for us. So we can also just guess here some things, or we will just talk in general.
There are a lot of open things which we don't know, so we will just answer what we think about the whole situation.
Number one.
Number one priority.
Yeah, I really think that that's the most important thing, that she has to realize it and she has to make her own peace inside of herself with it, that her boyfriend has a child. Because that's just a fact.
She has to accept it.
Yeah.
Because the kid will be always there.
Yeah, she went into the relationship with him knowing that he has a child, and she is living with him already. She wrote that they are living together.
Yeah.
So she knows it and she has to make peace with it, that it's like that, because its child is nothing what is going away. It will be maybe even worse and even more when the child will grow up and they will want to meet, and looks like he wants to be a good father because he wants to keep in contact.
It is just like that, and I think it's also a good thing on him, which is maybe even a good thing for your relationship, because if he is feeling responsible and he wants to be having contact with his child, he's maybe also a really good character. But the most important thing is that you know on your own that you can deal with it.
Yeah, and that you can accept it, that the child will be there maybe for the rest of your relationship together.
Yeah. So,
and if you can deal with this,
if you can, yeah,
then the advices are coming from us now.
So I would say, to be honest, if I would be in the situation, I would say sit together and just we are like preachers already. We are always saying talk with each other, communicate, and sit on the table and just ask him how does he feel about the situation, how does he feel about the ex-girlfriend or the baby mama. Of course he loves his child, I bet it is like that, and of course he wants to have contact, so there's not really a thing to discuss about it. It's more about it that you have also a good feeling and you know what he actually wants out of it. Because it could be bad if the ex-girlfriend would still like want to have him as a boyfriend, for example.
Yeah, that's of course a different situation. But as you said, that you don't feel like that you are left out of this, as you wrote, it's very important to always talk and always communicate that he has to put you inside there, and he has to translate your things if you don't understand. He has to tell you how he feels, and he also has to take it like that you are his girlfriend and you are there, but there is that kid, and he has to also work on it to put it together.
Exactly, it is not just on you, or it's not just on her, because he is also that one part who decided, I want to have another partner, and the partner is you. He decided to be with you as well, and
it's his responsibility.
He has to, it's his responsibility that he is also taking you as the partner and make you a good feeling with it, with the whole situation, because it's his situation that he has a child. It's not maybe bad even, he can take care of the child, whatever, but he has to look that you are also fine with it.
You don't have to argue, it doesn't have to be that way, but you can come and you can say, hey look, I really feel so bad and sad about it, that this and this is happening, and I don't know what to think about it. My feelings are mixed, and please just help me deal with it. And I don't believe that on something like this a person can react negatively.
My parents always said like, the tone makes the music. So maybe, I bet you have a lot of feelings inside of you, and you maybe don't really know how to express them and so, but you don't have to argue really, as Simi said. It can be on a very friendly way.
Yeah, it can be rather emotional, like mad and so.
Nobody can be mad on feelings, because it's just how you feel, and if you express them in a proper way, in a normal way, and nobody can be mad at you that you have feelings.
Yeah, plus we are counting with it that you have a nice relationship together and that you love each other. So of course he also loves you, and if he loves you and if he wants you there, then he will make it work.
Some of the questions coming up when we talked before about it was like, will you ever meet maybe even that baby mama and the baby and the child? Will you ever meet it? Because you say like you hate it, you really hate it. But if you give it maybe a chance, and maybe a practical advice would be also to tell your boyfriend, look, maybe you can put me at least sometimes, it doesn't have to be always, but sometimes into that FaceTime calls.
Like you also show him that you care and that you want to give it a chance.
Yeah.
So also from your side, it has to be for him like that. It's not like that you just don't care and you don't want to have nothing with it.
Yeah, you're just looking all the time how he is calling. Even if the language is a different one, maybe he can translate or at least say hello. English, maybe you wrote us in English, maybe English is possible to say at least
maybe few sentences, or you can ask few sentences to the kid if the kid can speak. I don't know how they were 4 years together, so it could be 3-year-old even. So we don't know.
You said you were sometimes bitter about it and so, and this is really something, maybe he's also afraid to put or even talk with you about it because you are maybe overreacting on it. It could be, we are not sure about it, of course, but it could be that you are feeling bitter, and then he's also afraid to talk even with you about topics. Also not going with bitterness inside of a phone call, maybe. It's like with an open heart, considering him as your partner. If he said, look, I want to have contact with my child, that includes my ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, of course, but you're my girlfriend now, and I want to be with you, and I would like that you have a nice situation and relationship together. Then just be open for it.
It would be not fair then to be ugly at him if it would be just not nice from your side then. What about the ex?
Oh yeah, the situation would be of course very hard if the ex is always wanting him back or something like that. We don't know how they split up before, Maybe he split up with her.
Yeah, maybe you don't even know the story. That would be also very important to just really, I know it's always very hard to talk about exes, and maybe it's not the topic you want to talk about in the beginning of the relationship because it's just not nice, but I think in this case it would be very important to know even some details and some feelings about it, so you can know that he doesn't want her back, and you of course don't know how she feels, but maybe he knows, maybe he feels something, he's talking to her, so that is also important. I had it in my family as well, because my parents are divorced, and it was as well like that. My mom had already different boyfriend, but they still were in contact, and it's just something what you have to accept. I just think that it's very hard in your age, because 19, that's still like, I would even say teenager. And
I mean, in our age, for example, it is, I mean, if I would have to look now for a new girlfriend, then most...
Say, how old are you?
If you don't know, I'm 35 years old, and if I would look now for a new girlfriend, I think the chances are very high that that girl will have 1 or 2 kids, maybe even
already a kid, yeah.
So that would be completely normal, but with 19, that's already, of course, quite early.
Yeah,
to deal with it,
so it's something what is not usual. In your age, it's completely believable and acceptable that you just cannot stand it, and maybe you cannot get over it, and maybe you want a boyfriend without a kid. And I know that you love that guy, and it has to be super bad to admit that, and super hard.
We of course don't say that it has to be like that, but you have to really consider it.
How you would feel in this kind of situation?
In this kind of situation?
Okay, let's go back. When we met, I was 19.
That's true.
And you was 27.
Yes.
So let's say I have a kid with another guy.
I have to say, I think even when I was already like 27, I think I was that time not mentally that far as I am now, and I would maybe have a problem also with your ex-partner. Maybe not so much with the kid, but I think it would be very hard for me, because I was in the beginning a very jealous type.
That's true.
But also because of our long distance relationship. But still, even if you would be directly in my city, for example, I think I would have a problem with the partner.
That I'm meeting him because of the kid.
That you're maybe meeting him or so. Nowadays, I would have to say I would be completely, I would not say completely fine with it, but I think I would be quite fine with the situation, because I would just say, okay, I understand it from a point of view that you want to have, of course, contact to your child. I mean, normally it's anywhere like that the mom has the child. Somehow, I mean, usually it's just like that. It's just like that. I know you want to have contact with the child. I know it is important for a child as well, and I don't want that the child is sad about it once and so. So nowadays I could very much accept it, I think, and I would also try to really maybe get along with that other guy.
Can you imagine to be like a stepfather?
Yeah, of course, that is somehow included.
Do you think you could love the kid?
Maybe it will grow on me, yeah. I think it depends very much also on the child, to be honest. But I think if it's your child and it's raised very well, so I think it would be not so much a problem.
Way back when I was 19, and if you would have a kid with another woman, I think I would not really have problem with that other woman.
But with the child?
But with the child.
Really?
Yeah. If someone is ex, there is a reason why it's ex, and if you want me to be your girlfriend, then that means that you want to be with me and you don't want to be with your ex, because your ex is your ex. So, you know, it's not like I am not really jealous on the ex.
Yeah.
Because I somehow have the confidence in it that you want me, especially when you show it to me like you was showing it to me that time.
Okay.
So you was behaving to me like you love me, and you was doing nice things, and I would believe you that you love me. I was never having no doubt that you would want another girl that time. So I would not have problem with your ex.
But why the child now? What is the child problem now?
In that age, when I was 19, I also don't want to say it like that it's of course not the child's fault, and of course it can be cute and nice and everything, and I can love it. I love kids, I am working with kids and I love kids, everybody knows that. It's not about the kid, it's about it that I don't know if I could like deal with it, that you had all of these feelings with some other woman, like that feelings are reserved for my kid.
Yeah, it will get the same feelings then.
I don't think...
But it's not the first time, that's the problem.
Yeah, I don't think with 19 I could not handle it.
So you would most probably not be with me if I would have a child?
No.
What? Because we were in a long distance relationship, what if I have a surprise child in Germany? You would break now with me, right?
Maybe now not anymore.
Not anymore?
Actually,
so here, big reveal. Now comes out of the door, Hannes! 12 years old.
Stupid.
A little bit the way of thinking I understand. It's just about the romantic point of view you had also that time. Nowadays,
That time, yeah, I'm
nowadays
talking
it would
about
be
that
also
time.
different. But I still think if I would tell you now that I actually really have a child in Germany or somewhere,
Yeah.
then I think you would be really mad at me.
Maybe I would be mad because you lied for 7 years.
Exactly.
I would be mad that you lied. I would be
And here's Hannes.
I would be eventually okay with it, but I would be very mad that you lied. But it would be about the lying. That would not be anymore about a kid. If I would meet with you nowadays, in my age now, I think I could already accept it. But that time, when I was 19, I don't think so.
So again we come to the point that actually the older you get, maybe, depends on you of course, but in our case it is like that. The older you get, the
more open you are for
the
it.
more open you are for it.
And that's why I think it's hard for them. It's hard for them. They are both 19.
Definitely, it's a very hard situation. So to conclude all of these things now, I think it is completely normal that all this process and the whole situation takes also a little bit time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you are 1 year together and it's 1 year going on, but 1 year is maybe nothing for this kind of situations.
Yeah,
You
you have
really-
to accept it that this is taking time and it will still take time. You just have to feel that it's going somewhere and you have to like constantly work on it. Because if you will just push it aside, I think one day it will explode.
Yeah.
It's not good to hide these feelings.
Yeah, I think so as well, and maybe it is really helping to open yourself for it and just get a little bit into a relationship with the child and the mom as well.
Yeah, and especially with the child, because the child will get older, and if the child will meet the daddy, that means she will also meet you, and that means you are kind of a stepmom.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyways, we hope that our talk about it and also maybe some of the advices you can consider and take into your heart, and we hope that the situation will get better for you guys. Anyways, thanks so much for watching.
And if you want, maybe it will help you to watch another relationship talk what we made, especially 5 points how to make relationship last long, because I think a lot of advices from there could help in this case as well.
And like always, we of course want to open also the discussion in the comment section. So if you want to add something, if you have another opinion, if you have other advice for her maybe, then put it into the comments.
Yes.
And we can all discuss it together again, as we always do.
That's the best part. Yeah, we love to interact with you, so definitely comment. And you can also write us email. We have a PO box if you want to be on the board. You can send us a postcard. And it would be also very nice if you would check our Patreon site to maybe support us there.
If you feel like, do that and that and that and that. And what I should say else?
See you in the next video.
See you in the next video.
We love you guys. Thank you so much. Ahoj!
Ahoj!